What is up, and welcome to the FC Transfer Room live stream pre-match for the Champions League quarterfinal second leg against Real Madrid. I'm joined by Chedu, Anthony, and Matty. And yes, it may be a little bit difficult for us to get through, but we're here anyway. We're feeling positive, hopefully. But yeah, first off, before we get into anything, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're close to, well, we're not close, but we want to get to 800 subscribers as soon as we can. But that's the main thing. But first off, how are we, lads? Are we good, Chedu? Are you good, mate?
We're winning 12-0.
I'm sure the same attitude is the same from you, Matty.
I don't know. With that team, I'm a bit worried.
Wait. Matty not being overly optimistic. Matty, who's hurt you? Matty, who hurt you?
Just that team's a bit worrying, innit? But I suppose, apart from the centre-backs, that's the team that won us the Champions League. So.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. And Anthony, you're a man who's been here and there and everywhere. Does all the graphic design for us, but he's got some amazing videos on the channel as well. But how are you, mate? You good?
Yes. To be fair, I was very confident going into last week. I was saying 3-0, 4-0, and I think that's the only bit of nerves that I've got going into this match. But yeah, I'm slightly confident, but we'll see.
Yeah. So at the bottom of your screen, we have the team. No Diogo Jota and no Thiago is the main issues for us. Chedu, first off, what's happening, mate?
First off, I mean, we spoke a little bit about it before going live. Jota not starting isn't the end of the world. We've seen him have more impact coming on as a substitute during most games. So even then, I still think that he's going to come in at some point and definitely change the game. On Thiago's side, as I said previously, Milner starting is really, really good for us. Trent needs the defensive help. If Milner starts on his side, Trent going forward wouldn't be as scary with Milner there to back him up. But Wijnaldum starting over Thiago is really where my problem is. Thiago changed the game when he came in against Madrid last time around. I think he did great against Aston Villa. Of course, almost scored before, of course, Trent took the ball and scored that fantastic goal. I don't know which one of us said it, but someone said before going live that they could see Milner going out in the 45th and Thiago coming in for the second half. That's something that I could see happening. Maybe Wijnaldum going out instead, depending on how the game's going. But yeah, it's definitely a weird team. I think a lot of us expected Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Thiago, Bobby, Jota, and Salah up top. But I'd say don't lose confidence just by looking at the team, because as long as in my eyes, as long as Trent and Robertson can do what they do well, we're gonna be pushing this Real Madrid team for the entire 90 minutes.
Definitely. And for example, if Steve Kelly in the comment section, I've got pickled onion monster munch here. For just to get it started. So if you'd like to have some of these, that's the main thing. Midfield, mate.
Said this morning that I think the tie rests on if Sadio Mane decides to be in the mood to play football again, and I stand by that. I think if Sadio Mane turns up today, we go through. If he doesn't, we don't.
Yeah, I mean he's decided not really turned up much of the time in 2021, has he? But hopefully he can regain his football boots again. I mean, do you think Matty, as you said, do you think he's the key to the tie, or do you think there's someone else who can really make a big impact in this game?
I honestly do think he rests on the tie. To be honest, like we just lacked something, didn't we, in the last leg? And I just think that it all rests on Mane. If Mane's in form, Bobby played well against Villa. If Mane's in form, and you got Salah, who's in unbelievable form as always, then I think we beat Real Madrid quite comfortably. I don't think we need to worry, but it's just if Sadio Mane decides he wants to play a game of footy today or not.
People worried about team news before the Barcelona game, if you remember. Like
True.
Origi and Shaqiri were playing in that game. Do you think we should be worried about this one, Anthony, or do you think it's something that it happens and we just have to back the team during this game?
Yeah, we just got back the team. With Milner, obviously there's going to be controversy around it, but I think him starting is good because obviously Keita didn't work last time. Milner started against Barcelona, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So they're all experienced players. They know how to come back against teams. Plus, everyone's making out as if we need like 3 or 4 goals. It's a 2-0 win and we're through. As long as we cut out the silly mistakes from last match, should be all good. But yeah, I think the match is won in the midfield. So last time we obviously bottled it in the first half, and Kroos, Modric played fantastic. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see how the midfield does.
I mean, let's be honest here, guys. Name one midfielder that's better than James Milner. That's what I thought. Think.
Thiago.
No, not even close. Milner, Thiago.
One of the most interesting selections tonight has been from Real Madrid.
Yes.
Fede Valverde is playing at right back tonight. I mean, that's a big statement from Zinedine Zidane because it shows a lot on Alvaro Odriozola that he's not even being selected in today's game. Do you think it's somewhere we can exploit? He is a quick player, Valverde.
Yes.
But do you think he's somewhere we can exploit, especially with Mane on the left?
Definitely. I mean, listen, Valverde has played all over the pitch this season. Midfielder, right winger, now right back. Moving a player, being versatile is always good for a player, but moving them that much, like against us, he played as a right winger. Then he played as a right winger again, I believe, in the weekend. Now he's playing as a right back. He's been changing a lot, not really sticking in one position for a while. That's something that, at least in my eyes, it's not really that good for a player. I think I think, well, although he is quick and he is, defensively solid most of the time, I think that it's going to be a challenge for him, especially, as Maddie said, if Sadio wants to play like Sadio Mane and not like Jack on weekends, we could actually pull through, especially with, in my eyes, a weak spot in Real Madrid's team.
Yeah, I mean, it must be a weak spot, right, Matty?
Yeah, definitely. But so if we capitalise on it, it will be a weak spot. Like we saw one good second, like Valverde's playing and Sadio Mane's on that side attacking them. If Sadio Mane has been able to break the lines in recent weeks, but just hasn't been able to find the back of the net. So it just depends if he can find the back of the net. If we can capitalise on it, then yeah, it's a great weakness for us. Real Madrid are looking weak all over the park. Really, when you look at the sort of players who go in the books. They've got Odegaard and Bale and Hazard. They're all world class players. So I've learned from underestimating them last week. That this week we can't underestimate them.
So, Anthony, what do you think of this? Gini Wijnaldum's a player that many people thought may not play today, especially after his performance on the weekend. What do you think of this one, mate?
I would have preferred Thiago starting, but the only problem with Gini, he gets forward. And then it's like he always looks back and then passes backwards instead of like carrying that threat on. So it's just like it's a very frustrating play actually when attacking, but defensively probably better than Thiago. So it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the tie. Him starting instead of Thiago, but yeah, we'll just have to see how he performs.
Yeah, I think Tara.
Yes, it is.
Is not Thiago playing a surprise? Yes, it's not. It is a surprise.
It is. Because Thiago has been, he's been there for most of the games. Not starting against Madrid was a big surprise for us. And we thought that after Klopp realized that he should have started and subbed Naby off before halftime, that he wouldn't make the same mistake of leaving Thiago on the bench. But he's not. I'm not going to call it a mistake. The game hasn't happened yet. For all we know, Wijnaldum and Milner could have the best games of their lives. But for now, it is a weird thought that he chose Wijnaldum. Again, Milner is a good decision, but Wijnaldum instead of Thiago, that's a little bit weird, honestly.
Talking about Xherdan Shaqiri, I mean, he turned up in the Champions League semi-final. He seems to turn up once in every
too big of a game.
4-0 against Barca. He got an assist, Matty.
Yeah, but
Maddie, listen, Maddie, what's going on? I'm not used to seeing you like this, Maddie. What's wrong?
Shaqiri only played against Barcelona because Mo Salah didn't. Where on earth are you playing Shaqiri in this team? Let's be honest. Like, Jota's missed out. Jota's ahead of Shaqiri, and whoever else would have missed out on the front three had Jota played would have been ahead of Shaqiri. I think there's better options in the midfield than Shaqiri as well. He's a good player, good off the bench, but I wouldn't start him.
Yeah, definitely. Ben will be back on post-match, so Ben versus Matty will be once again.
Prepare yourselves for the fantastic fight that's going to happen.
It will be the headline, and Jack will be back as well, so you won't have to cope with my mediocre hosting. To be fair, Ozan Kabak, lads. Do you think today would be a deciding game for him?
Yes,
I think he's coming anyway.
I do think so, but I think. Whatever happens today would be a very statement, either victory or loss, depending on how it is. Because I've said it before. I said it through like the group chat that for me, he's getting better every single game that goes on. I think against Madrid, at least like he was one of our best players, and the entire team was bad except like Salah and him. But for example, before we conceded, I think he was really solid. I think he's been solid for quite a bit now, and if he can keep that form going today, even if we do somehow, if we win without conceding somehow, I think that's gonna be a very statement victory for him.
I've just seen him.
I can only hope.
Anthony, I want to talk about this with you, mate. Apparently, the Madrid bus got their windows smashed. It's a bit like a City situation.
They're staying by where Everton's on the ground. This might be in the Blues, not the Reds.
Who knows?
I mean, listen. When that happened with the Man City, we didn't.
Yeah, we won 3-0.
So we won 3-0. So maybe we rattled them enough to win. I mean, not saying that it's right. Not saying, listen, don't do that stuff. It's not right. But yeah, I think that at points fans can become a little bit too violent, especially before big games like this.
Mate, I'd have to scrap anyone before a big game. It's fine.
I don't think that
scrapping is fine. Just
I don't think
that's a bus.
The hotel after staying in is really nice, so I don't think it's happened myself.
Yeah, Anthony, where do you think the main threats from Real Madrid will be this week?
Just the midfield, I think. Their defense is shaky, obviously, missing Varane and Ramos, but Cruz masterclass last time, and Vinicius actually. If Trent has another disaster class, it's going to be a problem.
Vinicius is finished. Trash player, not good.
He's only just getting started.
He's so bad. He only scored last time because he got lucky. That's why.
Jadu,
but never again.
Asensio
is also a bad player. Asensio is trash. Asensio. When's the last time Asensio did something without counting our last game with them? And Benzema didn't even get a sniff of goal last time around. They're not scoring.
Chedu, was it you last week who said that Vinicius and Asensio was finished? Yeah. The two players that scored, yeah?
Yep. Last time it didn't go my way. This time it will. The three attackers finished, all bad. Wouldn't even beat Leyton Orient from the 4th division.
Leyton Orient, yeah? I respect it.
No chance against them.
I think I agree with Prime TA there. I am worried host Vinicius Jr. coming up against James Milner. Pace-wise, that's scary. He's a good player and he's rapid. James Milner ain't that fast anymore.
Yes, Black Hammer. Yes, let me pull this up real quick. There we go.
We love to see it. We love to see the disrespect, but boys, to be honest, right? How much faith did you have going into the Barcelona game, and how much faith do you have going into this game? Because to be honest, I have nothing going into this.
Before the Barca game, I'd booked my flights to Madrid. So hopefully.
Oh my god! Did you book? did you book the one for Istanbul yet?
No.
Oh lord. No, listen. I have.
Yeah, Turkey's still on like a bit of a lockdown from 8 o'clock at night, so. I don't know what the deal is if you can actually go, but I did have me Madrid ones booked that year, so I don't know.
Listen, Chris, the thing is, right, for Barcelona, we had Van Dijk. We don't have Van Dijk now, which is obviously a big factor to our demise during the entire season.
We've got Nathaniel Maldini, though.
That is true. I mean, he can stop whoever comes his way, especially Trashius Jr. But still, no fans, no Van Dijk. But in both games for me, I had zero confidence going to it. But you know, Liverpool have surprised us a few times during the last few years. Hopefully, they can pull something out of the bag today. In all serious talk, it's just like Stevie said on ESPN. Like, do we see Liverpool scoring 2 goals? Yeah. Do we see Liverpool keeping a clean sheet? No. Do you see Liverpool scoring 3 goals? No. So it all depends, really. If we can get that early goal, hopefully in the first 30 minutes, I think we could control the game. We could, really push this Real Madrid side to what hopefully will become a victory for us. But yeah, it's tough. Also, Origi is not on the bench. He's still out, so he can't really play. We have someone better, though, in Jay Kane. Fantastic player, better than any Real Madrid midfielder, in my opinion. He'll definitely come on and score 3, 4, maybe 5.
Anthony, what are you feeling like in terms of comparatively to the Barcelona game? Like, how are you feeling towards this?
Well, it's gonna sound weird, but I felt like we were gonna do the comeback against Barcelona. It was just like it was like meant to happen. But for this match, I'm getting like the same sort of vibe that we did against Atletico last year. But as long as we finish our chances, as long as there's no stupid mistakes, then yeah, we'll go through. But any of them, like, at least we've not got Adrian in goal, basically.
At the very least.
Yeah, exactly. There was rumours going around in the week that Alisson was injured, wasn't there? And that's like,
no.
I just find it ridiculous that people decide to spread these rumours and make us feel all this awful. But to be honest, mate, boys, I'm not feeling as negative about the lineup because I know what happened against Barcelona. Like, Divock Origi played football in that game and scored 2 goals against Barcelona at the end of the day. Like, it sounds crazy, but it actually happened. So why should we be worrying about James Milner, who's played 20 years of professional football at the end of the day?
He's the best player in the world. I don't understand why people are so worried.
What I say about this, Sadio Mane hasn't been very good lately, but Jota, when he's started, hasn't actually been that good. If you watch the game, when he started the games, he's not been that good. So
Atalanta?
Yeah, but that's like 5 months ago, bro. If I'm talking recently, you know, Sadio Mane.
The Champions League in that game, no. Was it that game he scored an hat-trick?
He scored an hat-trick away from home, yeah. Away from home.
Yeah.
It's Atalanta, who've been decent, cost the Champions League round 16, around the 32. So he scored a hat-trick in that game when he started.
Yeah, but that's a long time ago, mate. If I'm talking recently,
he's been injured.
Wait, let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna disprove you right now. You're going down. Let me see. No. Okay. I think he didn't start against.
Roberto Firmino was one of our best players the other day, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So
I think he definitely deserved to start today's game.
And you know, he does provide something that no one else does in this Liverpool team. But seriously, Black Hammer's saying here, we need to throw everything we have at Madrid if we want to make it through. What will we have to do to get through here? What will Madrid have to fail to do? What will we have to do to get through to this Champions League semi-final? Is it going to be a lot?
We have to play with our identity. We have to play like Liverpool Football Club, and we'll get through.
In my opinion, as Anthony said, it's really going to be won or lost in the midfield, mostly. Both of our defenses are shaky. That's just how it is. We're both playing with not our best defenders, especially Madrid, who's playing with a midfielder/attacker as a right back. And our attack, of course, has been a little bit shaky. On all it, like, being serious now, Vinicius, without counting the other game against us, he genuinely does lack that scoring the eye for goal. Of course, he did fantastic against us. I won't take that away from him. But in a regular season, if we look at all the games, he really does lack that finishing. And hopefully he stays quiet like he usually does when it comes to goal scoring during the entire season compared to against us in the last game. But I think it mostly depends on how well Robertson and Trent do going forward. That's going to be very important for our attack. Again, if Mane woke up today and said, "I'm Sadio Mane, not Jack from playing in the weekend," then
Jack, man. Jack might be a great baller, you know what I mean? Just because he's not here.
Jack, we love you. But nah, in all seriousness, Sadio Mane plays good. We're going to do well during the entire game.
Plus, last leg, Trent was left isolated with Mendy and Vinicius for the first 45 minutes. Obviously, Keita didn't perform as well. And a lot of the stick Keita got was quite unfair, I think. That's just like one bad match we've seen from him in quite a long time. But Milner, a lot more solidity there in defence, maybe, for Trent to stop Vinicius and Mendy, keep overlapping him. But yeah, I think we'll be a lot more defensively solid this time. Won't see as many of them silly mistakes, and yeah, it could possibly go through.
Do you think Nat Phillips and Ozan Kabak against Karim Benzema is a little bit of a lost battle already?
We saw it in the first game. Benzema, I mean, that game is a little bit foggy. I purposefully tried to keep it away from my mind. But, I mean, the real threats against us last time around were Vinicius and Asensio more than Benzema. So I don't think I think it's just going to be... I think they're going to do all right against Benzema. I don't think that Benzema's going to be too... You know what? I'll shut up. If I speak, I'm in trouble. I'm just going to shut up. Just... You guys can talk about it. I'm not...
Been all right, haven't they, for the partnership they developed over the last few weeks. I wouldn't really say too much bad about them. Kabak was decent in his national duty as well against Holland for Turkey. So he's played in the Champions League before. He's played in the Bundesliga, and now he's and some of the crowds he's played in front of, and there's no fans there today. But this lad isn't scared of games. He's Turkish football. When he played for Galatasaray, when they go in, they go in. So not scared of big games, and it's a learning curve for him. And he had his wobbly game last week in the Champions League. Now he's going to be a monster this week. If you remember, he had a few wobbly games for Liverpool in the Premier League and then become a monster. So he's going to be a monster in the Champions League someday, Annie.
Something that I think is going to help that's going to work in our favor is, of course, we finally ended the Anfield losing streak against Aston Villa. And of course, Aston Villa, a pivotal game for the players because they were absolutely humiliated against Villa away. And of course, they went into the game with the desire of okay, let's end the home losing streak, and let's get revenge for what they did to us earlier in the season. I think that's the same mentality that they're going to be going into today's game. Okay, we just we started once. We finally won a game at home. At this year, let's try to keep that going, and also going with the mentality of Real Madrid. We lost due to mostly mistakes, so we're gonna go back today. We're gonna do better. I think Trent after the last game is definitely feeling at least his confidence went up because of course after his mistake against Real Madrid, he was definitely you could tell that hurt his confidence. But against Villa, I think he was great defensively against Villa. Going forward, he did well, of course, scoring that winning goal. And if we see that trend that played against Arsenal and Villa today, I think we're gonna pull our weight.
Looks
I hope so. Do you think that having the support of Liverpool, even though they're not in the crowd today, do you think the fans will have an impact today because the players will know how much the fans are behind them in the city?
It's active outside the ground, so they definitely know the fans are there for them. There's old boozers by the ground as well. Webster's playing in one of the hotels here, it looks like. So there is fans about the ground that can maybe make noise, fireworks, stuff like that. Whether it helps, yet to be seen in it. But I do think they know that the fans are there and in support.
Definitely. Jurgen Klopp said that, before the Barcelona game wouldn't have happened without the fans. Real Madrid, it's a different game. It's 2 years later. Can it happen without the fans, boys?
Anything can
Yes.
happen on field.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Anfield's a special place. Anything can happen at Anfield.
But is Anfield as special without the people in it? That's what I'm feeling.
I couldn't tell you. I've never seen a game of football there without fans. But
Even
it's still special. It's got a lot of history, and I don't think it'll be quiet round by the ground tonight either. So, I think it can happen. Obviously, fans are a massive part of it, massive part of it, and I can't wait to get back on the ground. Hopefully in a few weeks, but I do still think it can happen.
I mean, even without fans, and this goes for realistically every team in the world. It's not over until it's over, no matter what. I mean, 2 seasons ago, we saw probably one of the most exciting teams recently in the young Ajax team. Ajax. How do you say it again?
Ajax.
Thank you very much, Maddie. Ajax team that got all the way to the semifinals. They looked more than set to go through, but then Spurs of all teams, Spurs managed to come back and make it to the finals. So realistically, anything is possible in football, especially for a team like Liverpool, who are known for fantastic comebacks, especially in the Champions League. So the opportunity is there. The question is whether we're actually going to take it and move on to the next round or not.
Definitely. I mean, before we go now, lads, we're going to have our predictions. We're going to start with Anthony. What are you going to go for, mate?
I'm going to go 3-1 and us to win in extra time. So I can't tell you scorers, but yeah.
I love that, mate. I love that optimism. Matty?
I'm going to go 4-1. I reckon it's going to be 3-1, and then someone's going to score like the 90th minute. It's going to be Scenes.
Corner taken quickly. Wijnaldum!
I don't know who will score. I really don't know who will score. But yeah, I think 4-1. I don't know. If we get an early goal, 4-1. If they score first, then I don't know.
Chedu, what are you going for, mate?
You know what? I'm gonna be a little bit more optimistic, and I'm gonna trust that our boys at the back can actually, pull it off, and that Alisson will actually stop a shot for once in like the past few months, and I'll say 2-0.
I love it, mate. I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go 2-0. Hopefully, we can get it through. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching the LFC Transfer Room live stream. We'll be back post-match with me, Ben, Matty, and Jack, I believe. Hopefully, we can get through. If not, it'll be a very depressing live stream afterwards.
Like almost every live stream.
Like almost every live stream since we've started. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully the lucky Curtis Jones shirt will come through. But finally, the final words from everybody. Anthony, what's your final words, mate?
We're gonna make it number 7 this year.
Love it. Matty.
Up the fucking Reds.
And Cheddy.
Sadio Mane is the best footballer in the world.
Definitely.
Fact.
I'm being serious. Emre Can's better than just a Ghana game. And that's it, boys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in a bit. Thank you.